From translation, NIV, New International Version. This 256th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Ezekiel 43:45. Ezekiel chapter 43, verses 1 to 27. Then the man brought me to the gate, and I saw a man clothed in linen, with a set of writing instruments at his side. He entered and stood beside the bronze altar. And he brought me to the gate of the court, and when I looked, behold, the glory of the Lord came in from the way of the gate facing east. And the glory of the Lord was like the appearance of a flame from out of the midst of the fire. And it shone with a very bright luster, and the brightness was about it. And when the glory of the Lord came into the house by the way of the gate facing east, the Spirit took me up and brought me into the inner court, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house. And I heard him speaking unto me out of the house, and the man was standing beside me. And he said unto me, Son of man, this is the place of my throne, and the place of the soles of my feet, wherein I will dwell in the midst of the children of Israel forever. And the house of Israel shall no more defile my holy name, neither they nor their kings by their whoredom, nor by the carcasses of their kings in their high places, in their setting of their thresholds by my thresholds, and their pillars by my pillars, and the wall at my wall. They even drew my holy name nigh unto them, and I perceived them, and took indignation. Now let them put away their whoredom, and the carcasses of their kings far from me, and I will dwell in the midst of them forever. Thou, Son of man, shew the house to the house of Israel, that they may be ashamed of their iniquities, and let them measure the pattern. And if they be ashamed of all that they have done, shew them the form of the house, and the fashion of it, and the goings out thereof, and the comings in thereof, and all the forms thereof, and all the ordinances thereof, and all the forms thereof, and all the laws thereof, and write it in their sight, that they may keep the whole form thereof, and all the ordinances thereof, and do them. This is the law of the house. Upon the top thereof shall be an holy of holies. And this shall be the most holy of the house. And these are the measures of the altar after the cubits. The cubit is a cubit and an hand breadth. Even the bottom shall be a cubit high, and the breadth a cubit. And the border thereof, by the edge thereof, round about shall be a span. This shall be the height of the altar. And from the bottom upon the ground to the lower settle 2 cubits, and the breadth 1 cubit, and the lesser settle to the greater settle 4 cubits, and the breadth of it by the altar 1 cubit. So the altar shall be 4 cubits, and from the altar and upward there shall be the holy place of it. And the altar shall be 12 cubits long, 12 broad, 4 square in the 4 quarters thereof. And the settle shall be 14 cubits long and 14 broad on the 4 quarters thereof. And the border about it shall be half a cubit. And the bottom thereof shall be a cubit round about. And his stair shall be turned toward the east. And he said unto me, Son of man, thus saith the Lord God, These are the ordinances of the altar, in the day when thou shalt make it, for the burnt offerings to be offered thereupon, and for the sprinkling of blood upon it. And thou shalt give to the priests the Levites that be of the seed of Zadok, which approach unto me to do service unto me, saith the Lord God, a young bullock for a sin offering. And thou shalt take of the blood thereof, and put it upon the 4 horns of it, and upon the 4 corners of the settle, and upon the border round about. Thus shalt thou cleanse it and make it clean. Thou shalt take the bullock also of the sin offering, and he shall burn it in the appointed place of the house, without the sanctuary. And on the 2nd day thou shalt offer a kid of the goats without blemish for a sin offering. And they shall cleanse the altar, as they did cleanse it with the bullock. When thou hast made an end of reconciliation, thou shalt offer a young bullock without blemish, and a ram out of the flock without blemish. And thou shalt offer them before the Lord, and the priests shall cast salt upon them. And they shall offer them up for a burnt offering unto the Lord. 7 days shalt thou prepare every day a goat for a sin offering. They shall also prepare a young bullock and a ram out of the flock, without blemish. 7 days shall they purify the altar and do as on it. So shall they consecrate it. And when these days are expired, it shall be that upon the 8th day and so forward, the priest shall make your burnt offerings upon the altar, and your peace offerings. And I will accept you, saith the Lord God. Ezekiel chapter 44, verses 1 to 31. Then he brought me back unto the way of the gate of the outward sanctuary, which looketh toward the east, and it was shut. Then the Lord said unto me, This gate shall be shut, it shall not be opened, and no man shall enter in by it, because the Lord, the God of Israel, hath entered in by it. Therefore it shall be shut. It is for the prince shall sit in it to eat bread before the Lord. He shall enter in by the way of the porch of that gate, and shall go out by the way of the same. Then brought he me the way of the north gate before the house. And I looked, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house of the Lord. And I fell upon my face. And the Lord said unto me, Son of man, mark well, and behold with thine eyes, and hear with thine ears all that I say unto thee concerning all the ordinances of the house of the Lord, and all the laws thereof. Mark well the entering in of the house, with every going forth thereof. And thou shalt say to the rebellious, even to the house of Israel, Thus saith the Lord God, O ye house of Israel, let this suffice you of your abominations, in that ye have brought into my sanctuary strangers, uncircumcised in heart, and uncircumcised in flesh, to be in my sanctuary, to pollute it, even my house, when ye offer my bread and drink offering, and the blood of peace offerings unto me, with an uncircumcised in heart, and with the uncircumcised in flesh. And ye have not kept charge of mine holy things, but ye have set your keepers of my charge in my sanctuary for yourselves. Thus saith the Lord God, No strangers, uncircumcised in heart, nor uncircumcised in flesh, shall enter into my sanctuary, of any strangers that are among the children of Israel. But the Levites that went far from me, when Israel strayed away from me to their idols, they shall bear their iniquity. Yet they shall be in my sanctuary as servants, to do the service of the gate, and they shall be officers for the people. And they shall slay the burnt offering, and they shall prepare the people for service. But because they ministered unto them before their idols, and caused the children of Israel to fall into iniquity, therefore I have lifted up mine hand in an oath against them, saith the Lord God, and they shall bear their iniquity. And they shall not come near unto me, to do the office of a priest unto me, nor to come near to any of my holy things, nor to the most holy place, but they shall bear their shame, and their abominations which they have committed. But I will make them keepers of the charge of the house, to do all his service, and all that is thereby. But the priests, the Levites, the sons of Zadok, that kept the charge of my sanctuary, when the children of Israel went astray from me, they shall come near to me to minister unto me, and they shall stand before me to offer the burnt offering, and the meat offering, and they shall keep my charge, and they shall do according to the ordinances of my court. They shall enter into my sanctuary, and they shall come near to my table, to minister unto me, and to keep my charge. And it shall be, that when they enter in at the gates of the inner court, they shall be clothed with linen garments, and no wool shall be upon them, whiles they minister in the gates of the inner court and toward the house. They shall have linen bonnets upon their heads, and shall have linen breeches upon their loins. They shall not gird themselves with anything that causeth sweat. And when they go forth into the utter court, even into the utter court to the people, they shall put off their garments wherein they have ministered, and lay them in the holy chambers, and they shall put on other garments, and they shall not sanctify the people with their garments. Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their beards to grow long. They must be cut utterly. Neither shall any priest drink wine when they enter into the inner court. Neither shall they take a wife that is a widow or divorced, but they shall take maids of their own nation or widows of priests. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane, and cause them to discern between unclean and clean. And in controversy they shall stand in judgment, and they shall judge it according to my judgments. And they shall keep my laws and my statutes in all mine appointed feasts, and they shall hallow my Sabbaths. And they shall come at no dead person to defile themselves, but for father or mother, for son or daughter, for brother or sister that hath died, they may defile themselves. And after he is cleansed, they shall count unto him 7 days. And the day that he goeth into the sanctuary, into the inner court, to minister in the sanctuary, he shall offer his sin offering, saith the Lord God. And it shall be their inheritance. I am their inheritance. And ye shall give them no possession in Israel. I am their possession. They shall eat the meat offering and the sin offering and the trespass offering. And every dedicated thing in Israel shall be theirs. And the first of all the firstfruits of all things, and every oblation of every sort, of the priests shall be, and the firstfruits of the dough to give a blessing shall be given them. The priests shall not eat of anything that is dead or torn, of fowl or of beast. Ezekiel chapter 45, verses 1 to 25. Moreover, when ye shall divide by lot the land for inheritance, ye shall set apart a portion to the Lord, an holy oblation of it. The length shall be the length of 25,000 reeds, and the breadth 10,000. And in it shall be the sanctuary and the most holy place. Of this there shall be for the sanctuary a square of 500 by 500, with 4 square of 500 round about. And 80 rods square shall be for the suburbs of it. And of this measure shalt thou measure the length of 25,000, and the breadth of 10,000. And in it shall be the sanctuary and the most holy place. It will be holy land. The priests who are devoted to the Lord will eat all of it, and it will be a place for their houses and a holy place for the Lord. Another area, 25,000 cubits long and 10,000 cubits wide, will belong to the Levites, who serve in the temple. It will be their own property for cities to live in. You are to give the city an area of 5,000 cubits wide and 25,000 cubits long, adjoining the holy portion. It will belong to the whole house of Israel. The prince will have the land bordering the holy area and the land of the city. Extending westward and eastward, its length will be alongside one of the portions, from the western border to the eastern border. This land will be his own as the prince's land in Israel. My princes will no longer oppress my people, but will give them land that is good for all of Israel. The prince will be responsible for distributing the land to Israel's people and for dividing the land among them. The ephah and the bath will be the same size, the bath containing 1/10 of a homer and the ephah 1/10 of a homer. The homer will be the standard measure for both. The shekel will weigh 20 gerahs, 20 shekels, 25 shekels, and 12.5 shekels will be your mina. The offering you are to provide on each 6th day for the 6 days of work is to be 1/6 of an ephah of grain, and on the 7th day, although no work is done. You are to provide 1/6 of an ephah. You are to provide as the grain offering an ephah for each of the 12 bulls, an ephah for each of the 6 rams, and 1/10 of an ephah for each of the 7 sheep. Include 1/6 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering with each bull, an ephah with each ram, and as much as your means afford for each of the 7 sheep. These are to be accompanied by a drink offering of 1/4 of a hin for each ephah. All the people of the land will supply this offering to the prince in Israel. It will be the duty of the prince to provide the burnt offerings, grain offerings, and drink offerings at the festivals, the new moons, and the Sabbaths, at all the appointed assemblies of Israel. He will provide the sin offerings, grain offerings, burnt offerings, and peace offerings to make atonement for Israel. This is what you are to do on the 7th day of the month to provide atonement for you. No work is to be done, for it is a day of atonement. The priest is to take some of the blood of the sin offering and put it on the doorposts of the temple. on the four corners of the temple's hem, and on the posts of the gate of the inner court. He will do this on the seventh day of the month for anyone who sins unintentionally or through ignorance. So you are to make atonement for the temple. In the first month, on the 14th day, you are to observe the Passover, a festival lasting 7 days, during which you are to eat bread made without yeast. On that day, the prince is to provide a bull as a sin offering for himself and for all the people of the land. During the 7 days of the festival, he is to provide 7 bulls and 7 rams without defect as a burnt offering to the Lord, and an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering with each of them. And he is to provide a hin of oil for every ephah of fine flour. During the 7 days of the festival, which lasts from the 15th day of the 7th month, he is to make the same provision for sin offerings, burnt offerings, grain offerings, and oil.